All right, there's your makeup. All right, it's going to have 11 questions, 36 points. I know that's a big deal to some of you. 4 algebra questions. Let me just show you what I'm talking about for the algebra. I don't know if it'll be this easy or not, but here you go. Here you go. Here you go. All right, what did I just tell you about the lines? They're parallel. All right, so let's say I label this angle as 2x plus 8, and this angle is 5x minus 12. Maybe the directions will say solve for x. Maybe the directions will say find one of those angles. But you're not doing anything unless you know the relationship. What type of angles are these? Same side interior makes them. Okay, because that's you doing this, which is correct, versus you guys setting them equal. That's a 50-50 shot, and I don't want you to guess. All right, so you solve it for x. You plug it back in. If you have to, just read the directions carefully tomorrow. And then at the end, why'd you add them up and set them equal to 180? Because you could have set them equal to each other. All right, so at the end here, here's what I'd be looking for. Parallel lines imply what type of angles again? Same side interior angles. What about them? Supplementary. All right, so that's what I'll be looking for on those 4 algebra questions tomorrow. All right, so please read carefully because you might have to stop at x, you might have to plug it back in, and then a theorem to go along with it. Okay? MC stands for multiple choice, if anybody's wondering, 5 multiple choice. And then this is, I don't know, this is good news for you guys, I hope. I did put 2 proofs, but both of them in the givens, you'll have parallel lines, prove a pair of angles congruent in the givens already. Okay, so I am not going to have you prove lines are parallel like I did over the 4-day weekend. And also keep in mind, I'll remind you tomorrow, sorry, no, we're not doing this anymore. Okay, this is not allowed. I'm not going to have a copy attached to the quiz. Okay, that's all on you now. Okay, that's all on you. All right, so no theorem sheet. And no more 2-step proofs. If you're doing a 2-step proof, something's going wrong. All right, so this is a rare day in this level of a class anyway, a rare day. Can you please now go on Classroom to the homework answers for Unit 3? Go to the homework answers, please. And open up the day 4 review for quiz answers because you'll need those right in front of you as you're doing today's assignment. Those are the answers to what I'm going to have you do in a second. Before we do that, though, let's go to proof 22. We're going to get more practice to what Sage asked during the homework, which is, you tell me to prove these lines parallel. How do I figure out what the angles are? So let's go to 22. We're not going to do the proof. We're just going to go the same thing we did on Thursday. What angles need to be congruent for you to do this proof? Look at 22. I'm asking you to prove lines A and B. A and B are parallel, so I'll highlight them on my diagram. I need you to help me find a pair of angles that need to be congruent before A and B are parallel. So pretend again, let's play this game again. Pretend A and B are parallel. Pretend they are parallel. Give me a pair of angles that would be congruent if we knew A and B were parallel. And again, same thing I did with Sage during the homework. Hey, I could use line L as a transversal. There's another one. I could use line M as my transversal. So the angles you give me have to be on those 3 lines. Anybody see a special pair for my A and B up there? That maybe if I knew they were congruent, I could do parallel lines. Callie? 1, let's see, 1 and 5. I like it because they're course. Now take a look. How do I know she's correct? Watch what I'm doing in my head. 1, notice how that's on A. Everyone, that's on A. And 5, notice that's on B. And what line does it have in common? L. All right, so 1 congruent to 5 could be an option. There are more options though.
Angle 4 and angle 7.
Angle 4, let's see, 4 is on A, 7's on B. Perfect, those are alternate interior. 4 congruent to 7. And before I open my mouth, I don't think anybody see anything else.
3 and 7.
3 and 7. A and yeah, 3 and 7. There you go. So any of those, you can prove any of those 3. You got parallel lines. Hey, remember though. This drives me nuts. You can't just go in step 2. Oh, hey, yeah, 1 is congruent to 5 because they are corresponding. No, you need A and B parallel to do that. We don't have that. We're trying to prove it. You need to do this some other way, probably from unit 2. That's on your theorem sheet to do one of those 3. Everybody good there? Okay, let's keep going. Just so you have a fighting chance here. In the next one, we got to prove 23. L and M are parallel. So anybody want to take a stab? Give me a pair of angles that would be congruent if we were given that instead. If L and M would have been parallel, what angles would be congruent up there? Let's go. I'll keep rolling. 1 and
5 and 7.
5, 7. Yep. So we could do 5 congruent to 7 if we can. Let's see what else can we do here.
1 and 3.
1 and 3 are both on there. Yeah, we could do 1. Again, you don't have to do all of it. Just you can do one of these options. Let's see. That's
1 and
not
7.
1 and.
No, never mind.
Okay. I think that's about it. Maybe. Look good, everyone.
You do 5 and 3.
Yeah.
5 and. Whoa. A lot of people are doing this today. This is a common mistake. Everyone's thinking, I take this and shift it diagonally. Watch. Here's how I know they're not corresponding. Name the 2 lines angle 3 is on. What 2 lines form angle 3? Line M and A. Now do that same thing for 5. Where's 5? Anybody repeat themselves? Remember, they have to have something in common for them to be a special angle. For corresponding, you got to move up and down, left and right. Okay, don't move it diagonally for corresponding. All right, I'm seeing a lot of students do that today. Don't move them diagonally. Those aren't corresponding. They have no relationship. Okay? And just keep in mind, before I move on, keep in mind, vertical angles and linear pairs do not make parallel lines, right? Vertical angles and linear pairs do not make parallel lines. They can get you there, but they don't make them. Yep.
What about angle 4 and angle 6?
Again, you're doing this, Colin. You're moving it here. Don't move diagonally. Because watch, you tell me 4, that's on A and M, right? Angle 4 is on line A and line M. Angle 6 is on B and L. They don't have anything in common. They have to have something in common to be corresponding. Okay, so move them up and down, left and right, but not diagonally. Callie? 1, let's see, and 4, are they on L and M with A? Yeah, that's a good one too. Yep, we could do 1 and 4 if you can do that. That'll get us there too. Good. Yep.
Could you do 6 and 7?
6 and 7, they're both on B, and you guys are good. Yeah, alternate exterior. And they're on L and M. Whew, we got a lot of options. Now, am I saying you can do all 4? No, maybe you can only do 1 out of the 4. Good enough. You just get one of those pairs of angles congruent. You guys are good. I love it. I like it. I'm getting confident about tomorrow. 24 real quick. 24. You only got one option here. Sorry for 24. Only one option here. You don't have multiple options like we did in the last couple. You're trying to get BA parallel to CD. Where's the transversal? What line connects them? BC. There you go. All right. So it's got your 2 angles you give me have to be on those 3, formed by those 3. There's only one pair there that's going to cut it. Anybody see if those were parallel, what angles would be congruent now?
ABC and BCD.
So B and C?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me? Yeah. You need to get angle B congruent to angle C here somehow. You need to get B and C congruent. And I think if you look at the givens, that'll be pretty easy. And then 25, last one, guys, 25. So when you get to this one, AB, CD, stick to the numbered angles, right? Don't tell me anything about B or D. Stick to the numbered angles. Anybody see a pair of angles that would be congruent if those lines were possibly parallel?
2 and 3.
Which ones?
2 and 3.
Those are vertical. They don't make, remember, that's true, but they don't make parallel lines. Okay, so that could come up in your proof, but it's not going to be making the lines parallel. Okay, Imogen?
1 and 4.
1 and 4 because they're alternate interior. Yep. So if you guys can get 1 and 4, you're good to go, which might involve 2 congruent to 3. All right, final thing before I let you go, you can work with whoever you want as well. You guys have the answer key right there staring you in the face on the Chromebook. When you get to go to number 19 when you start the proofs. Go to number 19 when you start the proofs. It is very likely, everyone, very likely that your proof may not match the one on my answer key. If that is the case, you put your hand up right away and call me over. Because we are at the point in the year right now where there are multiple versions of correct proofs. So if yours doesn't match mine, call me over and I will check yours and tell you if you're right or not. All right, please do that. Let's get going. You can work with whoever you'd like. I got plenty of space here.